villagers. Oh, didn't see you there. Thanks for traveling through Southeast Asia with me. Today we're adventuring in Phuket, Thailand. So to start, I have a newfound hatred for donkeys. I think that one outside the hotel room was nocturnal. You remember him because he talked all night. But on this day, we took one of the most popular tours in Phuket. There are several places that sell different types of tours, trips, activities. A van picked us up at the hotel and took us to a pier where we literally jumped onto a boat. It was raining off and on, but luckily I was prepared with this poncho. Didn't pack a swimsuit, but I always pack a poncho. The boat took us to this tiny island where we left our shoes and other belongings and hopped into a canoe. Not a literal hop that time though, but we were charged an extra 100 or 200 baht for this, by the way. They also offered it before the trip though. So the canoe pilot, sailor, took us to see several different caves. Some of them even had baths. Two of them were so low we had to actually lay down in the canoe to go underneath. We got to climb out of the canoe and climb into a tree in a lagoon. If you haven't yet had the chance to climb out of a canoe and into a lagoon, I highly recommend that you do it. The canoe ride though was super fun. The driver was super funny. We got lucky. He kept telling us we were on our honeymoon. Happy honeymoon! Just like that. Even though we weren't married at the time, and oh, there were 3 of us in the boat. One of my boyfriends, now husbands, best friends, flew from French Guiana to meet us there in Thailand. He's very sweet, very chill. You like him. So, after the boat tour, we had a pretty good lunch at a small village built on the water. Pretty cool. Another thing to add to your bucket list there, we ate seafood and veggies with the group of people that we had met earlier on that canoe tour I told you about. And the food is included in the price, by the way. There's also a market behind the restaurant that sells food, clothes, lots of touristy type things at very decent prices. Now, next up, James Bond Island. It's not the official name, of course. They should probably make it official, but James Bond was the movie filmed there, I think in the 70s, so naturally that attracted tourists, including myself. Not surprisingly, the island had tons of stuff for sale and tents on blankets, everywhere, but Mother Nature made some very cool rock formations for you to check out there. Lastly, we were driven to a cave in the same plan. This was no ordinary cave. This was a special cave with lots of Buddhas, bats, and monkeys. Like my special effects. By lots, I mean an overabundance, a plethora, and all the other synonyms out there. I have never seen so many monkeys in one place ever. Not even on TV. There were hundreds outside of the cave entrance and several just inside the entrance too. But after entering and walking past this beautiful Buddha statues, you enter a tall cave full of what seems like thousands of bats, but it's really, truly an amazing place. So the Scooby-Doo van finally drops us back off at the hotel, but instead of entering, we walk just down the street to a Western-style restaurant for dinner. Even though many places serve American and European dishes, we were on a mission to only eat local dishes. Why? Because I prefer to experience the culture when I can while traveling. Then after that, with a full belly, I was anxious for sleep after that super eventful day. But guess what? A rooster kept me awake. For reals. A nice change from the donkey from before though, I suppose. Actually, I think I prefer the donkey. Hey, villager! Thanks for sticking around to backpack with me through Southeast Asia. Today we are in Phuket, Thailand again. Yesterday was fun and interesting, but today was just crazy and had too many surprises. You'll be happy to know that after yesterday's craziness, we started the day with a couples massage for only like $5 each. Where else can you get a massage for $5 that's not like from your dirty ex-boyfriend? Or just ex-boyfriend. I don't know why I put dirty in there. But I thought the Thai massage would be relaxing, and even feared that I might fall asleep from being so relaxed. I quickly learned that sleeping would not be an option, and I'm fairly certain that my masseuse was a beautiful ladyboy. She stretched and pulled and tugged every part of my body for a whole hour. Part of me wishes that I had that video to show you, but the other part of me doesn't want you to see it because then you know how afraid I was of breaking some bones in there. But my husband acted like he'd already done this before 100 times, like, la la la, break that shoulder, no big deal. But it was a wild ride, but I felt a bit more limber afterwards. Of course, like I did have a massage, and I still use some of those stretches sometimes, actually. Great learning experience. But the boyfriend's best friend, Sebastian, also known as Will, met up with us soon thereafter from French Guiana. They decided that we should take an island tour by scooter, which you can rent very cheaply, but you have to put gas in them. But the boyfriend had never driven a scooter before, and I had, so we decided that I should drive while he sits in the back. Well, a mile into our trip, I drove too closely to some parked cars because the cars were just like whizzing, like super close by to me, and I was like scared for our lives. But anyway, the handle of the scooter may or may not have hit an SUV. I don't really know, actually. I don't think it did. But I stopped just to make sure that the boyfriend and the bike are okay. Everything looks fine when some Thai guys decide to pretend to care about our well-being, and then they take the keys out of the scooter. Yes, you heard that right. Took the keys. And then accuses us for hitting their SUV, which may or may not have even belonged to them. That will forever remain a mystery. But these cronies refuse to give the key back. So I told them, go ahead, call the police. They can sort all this out and call these crazy people liars too, right? So Will, our friend, says that police are just going to take forever to show up and they might be crooked cops who will take your money too. Apparently he's had experience with these things. I don't know. So we wait for a while. And then we decide, just negotiate the price, pay for the alleged scratch on the alleged car you own, so we can get on with our day. Still can't believe that's just an unbelievable hot mess. But 3 minutes of driving later, the boyfriend is driving from now on, by the way, but we get pulled over by the cops. For reals? Can't make that up. We just need a do-over button for this day. Bam! We were pulled over for not wearing helmets and not carrying a driver's license. So I explained to him, hey, we were not informed of this helmet law, nor were we given 2 helmets, and also no one else is wearing helmets, and also we can only drive like 2 miles per hour anyway. So he gives us a ticket for the license only, not the helmets, which we have to go pay immediately and return it to him with the receipt, or instead suffer the consequences. What were the consequences? I didn't really stick around to find out, but I guess I'm getting what I asked for because there was no lack of adventure today either. And I would still fully encourage you to go explore Southeast Asia and find your own adventure. So what happens next? Well, we stay positive, enjoy the remainder of the day. It seems we should have waited until the end of this day to get that massage though, right? Tomorrow, we are leaving Phuket though. Goodbye. It's been fun.